The year is 2019, and we are going to talk about Kill Chain, kind of starring Nicolas Cage. My name is Brian Lee. In Elk Grove is...
Bran.
In Evanston is...
Christopher Lee.
Hey, guys. Oh, Bran answered my question. Are y'all drinking?
Yes. Bran, what are you drinking? Because there are 2 whiskey bottles in your background.
I'm going to guess Glenn Goyne or very old Barton.
Yeah, Glenn Goyne first. And then my buddy, old Barton, was next.
Bran, when you start calling him my buddy, I think you might have a problem.
We've talked about it. It's fine. It's
You talked about it with them. It's fine.
Right. Yeah, I'm allowed to call them my friends.
I am drinking 14 year.
I was going to say it's early, but it's really not. But I am drinking coffee, and I have a little bit of Costco-sized bullet. It is bigger than my head.
Man, that's awesome.
It's I think 1.75 liters. Yes. Straight American rye whiskey. I'm sorry, it's rye, not bourbon, but it is Bullet.
Bullet's good.
Mm-hmm.
Bran, would you recommend? Would you recommend Kill Chain?
I was a no, then I was a yes. So I'm on the fence.
Okay.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me personally, that's such a stupid phrase. Me personally, for myself, I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay.
It didn't knock my socks off, and obviously we'll get into it more. But I mean, it was an hour and a half, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, it held my attention. I didn't really feel like it dragged. So
yeah, I agree there. Thought. Yeah. Yeah, I think if it was like really any longer, it would have been like, no, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Basically, it starts off kind of rough, but as the movie goes on, it gets better and better. And like the end is pretty good. So
right.
That's exactly. Yeah. Because the first thing I have here, I'm already bored. First thing I've written. And then the second thing is the shaky cam. I'm going to vomit.
Shaky cam?
At the beginning, like the first 5 minutes, the cam it was like moving slightly. Like, I was like, oh no, this better not be the whole movie. And luckily it wasn't. But yeah, it was.
So like, does the beginning of Saving Private Ryan like really bug you?
I haven't seen it in a while, but probably, yeah, if it's constantly like shaky, it's more of the slight little shaky. If it's like big, like running.
So is it something more like The Office bugs you?
Yeah. When it's just like the slight amount of just a little bit, I just get nauseous. I don't like it.
The kind of reality TV look.
Yeah, I don't watch reality TV. I'm not a big.
Did either of you watch the David Spade mega hit "Just Shoot Me"?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Mega hit.
So did you?
Are you advertising for Just Shoot Me? Hey guys, have you seen this new mega hit at 7 p.m. on NBC?
No, it probably wasn't a mega hit even. But did you guys recognize the one sniper as the guy from that show?
Oh no,
really?
Yeah, the guy who's talking to his daughter on the phone.
That was him?
Yeah.
Nina, didn't you learn anything from that massacre at Celebrity Jeopardy? Only that the Daily Double isn't 2 shots of vodka.
Oh, I have to say, the beginning credits took forever.
Yeah.
It was like almost 10 minutes of credits, it seemed like.
Yeah, it was very like TV show style opening credits.
It really was.
Yes.
It was almost like this was a made for TV.
I mean, probably my biggest complaint with it, and they used the song in the opening credits, is they have a lot of repeating music. And whenever I hear that, I'm like, okay, clearly this movie didn't have a real high budget. Yeah, because they had a lot of repeating themes, and I'm just like,
yes. But I would say it doesn't look bad for being a low budget movie.
Right, no, it doesn't look bad.
It really doesn't. And they used, like you said, they reused a lot of locations, but it was the way the movie was shot, where it was kind of the end middle was the beginning, and then they like did a flashbacky type thing.
Yeah,
kind of made them reusing the stuff more palatable.
Yeah. Real quickly, for people who have not seen Kill Chain, which actually came out in 2019, just last year, three strangers' lives are inevitably entangled in a conflict none of them are prepared for. Which that's so vague. But
I would say super vague.
Like, yeah, the movie, like you said, Brandan, it starts with like basically like two hitmen coming to Nick Cage and like, oh, we're gonna kill you. And Nick Cage is like, okay, but let me tell a story first.
Yeah.
And then the next 40 minutes of this movie is the story that Nick Cage is telling, but he's not a part of.
Yeah.
Which was so weird.
Yeah. I like, so did these people like, oh, I got to send this email to him before I die so he knows what happened.
Email.
I don't know. But that's why I was kind of like, I'm on the fence with it because once it got going, like I would say, once Nick Cage finally kind of shows up in like the story, maybe a little bit before.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I was kind of like, okay, this is getting better. Weird.
Yeah. Cause because he's in the beginning and then he doesn't show up again until like the last like 40 minutes or some shit. It's
something like that because it goes to, so it starts with just shooting me guy.
The whole sniper scene is also kind of.
Yeah. So just shooting guy thinks he's got a job, to take somebody out, but there's this car there. He's like, I don't know, like he calls his like handler and there's a big thing. Turns out there's somebody going to try to shoot him, like the actual hits on him.
Yeah. What'd you guys think about that just entire scene of like the sniper duel? Like, what'd you guys think? Exciting?
It was okay. I mean, I didn't understand the whole mattress concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I thought with that was there was the only thing in the room that could have provided protection. And he's like, I guess I'll just try using this.
What's the even point though? Like, why even like give yourself why even give yourself something to trip over?
Right. Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. I thought it was tense.
Yeah. I was pretty, it kept my attention.
Right.
But then I feel like it got to a point where like, he just started making like a whole bunch of phone calls. And I was like, okay, the scene's still going on. Well, there's a bit where he's like, he calls like his boss or whatever, and he calls his daughter, and then the boss again, and then the other sniper. And it's just like, he's just making a lot of phone calls.
Right. To me, that was like adding context. Because I like the daughter phone calls because you're seeing that he's a family man, but he can't really say what he does. And so there's that kind of in your mind, oh, like, is he going to ever see his daughter again? Like that kind of stuff. I
think my problem is that I'm okay with like the phone calls in general, but the fact that he calls three people, his daughter, the boss, and then the other sniper. He calls each one multiple times. And I think that's what I had a problem with. Like it was just like one call to the daughter, cool. One call to the boss, cool. But the fact that he keeps calling them back is like, okay, let's get the scene on.
I feel like their relationship shouldn't be as good as it is if they haven't seen each other in 5 years. That's what struck me.
Yes, agreed.
In a really strange way.
That was kind of weird. The only thing I thought of was because the mom's probably out of the picture.
That's even weirder though.
Yeah, because then you think the dad would want to be there.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
basically it just sounds like, they haven't seen each other in 5 years and he just sends her money for college.
Right. Yeah, it was just strange. It's they try to come up with like a kind of like heartwarming or like maybe like the tug at the heartstrings part here, but it's doesn't do a too good of a job. You could tell what they're trying to do. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that worked for them, but it didn't, solidify.
Hey, where's this hotel?
I had that question of where does this take place?
Like, is it somewhere in Mexico? Okay.
Yeah, it's Mexico.
Okay.
Now, if this movie was just about the trials and tribulations of running a hotel in Mexico starring Nick Cage,
I actually had that.
That's what like the IMDb was like. I'd be like, I'm down. Let's watch it. Yeah.
Nick Cage is running a hotel in Mexico and doesn't speak much Spanish.
About 6 minutes.
Cerveza. Oh, cerveza. He's got his Spanish to English dictionary.
It's not even like on his phone. It's like an actual book. He's like, cerveza, cerveza.
Muchos gracias, punta. It's the Old West.
Speaking of,
yes. Yeah, I already know what you're gonna say.
That also brings up another point that I want to ask you guys about was I feel like, so there's a few like shootouts in this movie, but everyone is a terrible shot.
Yes. And I have it written down. So when they were in the two fake cops
in the car,
in the back seat, how many bullets did that dude have?
All the ammunition, apparently.
Yeah.
But like that thing, they're okay. Yeah. So for the people who have not seen this movie, there's a guy in the back seat and there's the driver and they're shooting at each other. They're in the same vehicle. So they're like, no more than 3 feet apart.
Right.
They're shooting at each other and no one's hitting the other. It's like, how is your aim that bad?
Yeah, there's nothing. It's the guy in the back seat got hit in the shoulder where when I saw it, I thought he got hit in the stomach. So I'm just like, that was kind of weird. And then the front guy, it played out really strange.
I mean, obviously they were missing, but you couldn't tell like where bullets were landing.
And my first thought is, can you imagine how loud that would be? Like, why would he not be deaf for like the next big chunk of movie?
The guy in the back seat that they arrested. Whatever. Mm-hmm. That part was kind of funny when he was like talking to the dude in the front in Spanish. He's like, "Hey, your partner, he's gonna kill you." He's like, "This," and the back and forth. And stuff. I thought that was it held my attention, the banter and stuff. Mm-hmm. That was a saving point for that scene, I guess.
Something that the Sylvester Stallone movie Copland that does really well, and it's definitely not one of his better known movies. But there's a scene where like the bad guy like shoots the gun right next to his ear, and like the next like 15 minutes of the movie is like how like it fucks like with his equilibrium, and like you can't hear most of the dialogue because it's just like a like that high ringing. I know it's flawless, but yeah, I mean, just like how does like these two guys shooting inside a police car, how does it not fuck them up?
Yeah,
aside from the bullets that are hitting them, it's crazy.
So many gunshots in such a close, like confined space.
Yeah, because the other poor marksmanship is when the one girl. She's up on the balcony. Wow.
Yes. I wrote that down. Like, she had a perfect shot right there. And she just like was like, "Oh, I gotta shoot over here."
Because I mean, because like, did they say how long Nick Cage is telling the story for? What? It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Yeah. In the movie, it takes him about 40 minutes. When he starts the story to when it comes back, it's about 40 minutes.
So she has 40 minutes to get the perfect shot. Like Oswald wishes he had that fucking opportunity.
The Mannlicher is so cheap and hard to work. There's no way Oswald could get off 3 shots that fast.
I think she was so like intrigued by the story, I forgot. She's like, "Oh, this is really good." That's probably what happened.
Raspberry.
Strawberry, raspberry, all those good things.
The part where the one cop, when they finish, the one guy kills the other guy and he heads back with these diamonds, and that whole scene where like that woman comes and she starts trying to like find the other woman.
Oh, the pimp, like, the lady pimp.
Yeah, the lady pimp.
Like, I didn't realize it until the credits of this movie, but the character names are ridiculous. So Brian, you referred to her as Lady Pimp, which isn't that far off from her actual character name, which is the Very Bad Woman. That's also in this movie was the Curious Assassin and the Mean Assassin.
I like that. Good.
It would have been a little bit better of a movie if they really just played on those names like, you're really
the Very Bad Woman.
I am really bad.
I did like when the lady pimp, her man friend, when he's ringing the hotel bell.
That's not going to make me move any faster. All right.
And then that same guy aims his gun like he's doing like a hook shot in basketball. He's like, Pick him up.
yeah, that was really weird. I like the part where Nick Cage is like, "Oh, peace," and goes to give them. They want to share the bourbon, and the guy's just like talking, and he poisoned them. And
when does he do that though?
I think it must have been poison bourbon because he didn't drink it.
No, he drank
pills.
it.
He did?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
he had
he's a
pills. So I'm
sorcerer.
wondering if while he was prepping the glasses, maybe?
Something like that. Yeah, but the actor, the guy that died, I thought he did a really good job because even when he was like doing it, I thought he was like, I'm like, oh, I wonder what's wrong with him. Like, I didn't click to me that he was poisoned. So Nick Cage was like, I poisoned you.
Yeah.
It sounded just like it.
Yeah, thanks.
The only other note I have is just kind of how brutal. So when Lady Pimp is going against the main character lady, just the way that she keeps just fucking stabbing her.
I'm like, yeah, like that was a lot of stabs. Yeah, I written down. Like she went to town on her.
And not in a good way.
No, not in a good way. Because she did like 2 stabs like in the gut.
Right.
A few times, but that really didn't affect the Lady Pimp. She's just like, oh, whatever. And then she was like, got her turned around and in the neck like a bunch of times and like in the chest a bunch of times. Like, oh, geez, that's ouchie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. After they wrestle on the bed and Nick Cage is just watching
the whole time. Yeah. He watched most of the time. It was pretty funny. Yeah. All in all, it just was a whole revenge thing. Nick Cage set up the whole thing and because he was a cleaner or whatever, or a murderer.
Just to make sure, the entire time, Nick Cage was who the woman was supposed to be meeting with, right?
No, I thought his whole intention was to meet the Lady Pimp.
So she was supposed to meet Spider to get papers.
Who's Spider?
But that thing, I thought Nick Cage reveals it's him.
If Nick Cage is Spider, because he said at the end, he's like, I don't have papers for you, but I got you a head start. So that's why I was like, is it him? I'm not sure.
Well, see, I thought you said you don't need papers basically because he killed the very bad woman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, it could have been. I must have missed that part. But if it was, then it even kind of ties it together, kind of like even more close knit for me.
I almost feel like I needed like a flow chart for this movie of like this person is paying this person who wants to kill this person. Like,
it was almost nonstop action with just a bit of like 5 to 10 minutes of conversation, but then something crazy would happen for another 20 minutes and it just would go on. And like, I think the beginning really didn't, like a good 30 minutes was like the craziness. Cause I considered the sniper duel even kind of like a tense, like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Then it goes on and still, oh, I don't know what's going to happen.
It didn't drag for me.
A little bit of the later bit of the sniper scene, I thought went a little too long.
Yeah, the calling back and forth. Yeah, now that you mention it, it kind of was a little too much, probably.
Yes.
Do you think there's going to be a kill chain too?
I had the same thought.
They definitely set up a sequel.
Yeah, it's what it seemed like. And I was like, okay, well, it looks like Nick Cage is back again to save somebody. So, and I'd watch. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'd watch it, but of course we'd have to watch it. But yeah,
you don't have a choice.
Yeah. But I'm intrigued by it. I'm like, okay, look, like this wasn't too horrible. What could they do now? You know, either up or down. So
it's funny because Natalie's just like she's like I thought you were done with Nick Cage movies. I'm like, well, as long as he keeps on putting out movies, and she's like, hey, she's like, okay, Mr. Sassy Pants. I'm like, I'm not angry at you. I'm mad that he keeps on putting out these movies.
It's the situation.
It is.
Yeah, there really wasn't any like trivia or anything. And surprisingly, I'm assuming because it's so new, there's also no keywords for this, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, that's weird.
Sniper, I think would be a keyword.
Oh, there's a solid question, Brand. If you guys were to assign keywords to this movie, what would
Lady Pimp.
Sniper. I would.
Yeah.
Sniper.
Diamonds.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's very sad.
And I don't know how IMDb would word it, but yeah, just like gunfights, shootouts, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Or I don't know, IMDb would word it weird, like firearm disagreements or something. I don't know.
Oh, blood diamonds.
Oh, yeah.
Cameroon.
Cool. Hey, so after our discussion, Brand, were you on the fence or did you say yes?
I was on the fence. I say yes. I think it's solid. I think it's because it's like even though it's an hour and a half, it's like really an hour 20. hour 25 because the beginning credits are so long, the ending credits are long. So it's compact enough to where you're not, doesn't drag so much and keeps your attention. Yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. You know, it doesn't.
You're
number one. Yeah, it doesn't knock my socks off, but it held my attention. It didn't feel like the movie dragged. You know, it just it's a time killer.
I don't know what to say in terms of recommendation, just because I feel like it is one of the better Nicolas Cage movies of the last 3-4 years.
Right.
But it's not like, basically I have no desire to watch this again. Like I've watched it once. And
Yeah. It doesn't knock your socks off. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. Like if you're a huge Nicolas Cage fan and you like watching all his movies, then you're not going to be disappointed with this. You just want to watch it again.
That'll do it for this time. And then who knows? I'm sure he'll keep putting out movies. So
oh yeah.
Gotta go pee. Right?
Thanks for checking out this week's episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, tell a friend.